It's a player that, ever since he arrived in Portland, has carried himself in the most professional way. He's probably the most liked and respected players in the locker room.
He's very simple, silent, a humble guy, a great individual inside the locker room.
One of those guys that had a knack for just winning the ball and using his body, even though a small body that he has, using it in a way that's incredible to win the ball back.
It speaks to the fact that he's a player you just can't get rid of. You have to have a guy like that in your club, and that's why he's been around for so long.
Chara doing what he's done so expertly for so long. In his 8th year for the Portland Timbers, and that man has never been an MLS All-Star.
So if you've never heard of the Timbers and you're a fan who does not know number 21, number 21 is probably the soul of the Timbers in many ways.
The first impression, it was everything that I thought about him. Respectful, focused, determined. There's such a level of respect for somebody that talks very little, that he leads by example. And I think that's an unbelievable quality that he has.
El contraataque de Chara.
In 2011, it was a general scouting trip to Colombia to go and watch the best clubs play, and I remember the game vividly, and I'm looking at it just thinking, who the heck is this guy? It was after the game, it was like, okay, who did you see in the game and which ones did you like? And Chara was one of 2 players that we agreed on thoroughly that would be a massive coup for the Portland Timbers.
It was the last game of the regular season in Colombia. He said, okay, I like those players. That was the moment to have the opportunity to come here.
At that stage, we're talking about bringing into Portland as a designated player. So I came back to Merritt and said, we're in love with this guy. He could be with the club for a long, long time, and it's somebody that we could build around.
In that moment, I was talking with my wife, and for us was a great challenge because it's changed everything. New culture, new language, and we take the risks. I think for me was a great opportunity in that moment.
It's the LA Galaxy taking on the Portland Timbers, and it's next.
Diego's a quiet guy, so didn't speak a ton, didn't speak English very well when he first got here. When he got on the field, you could tell that he kind of came to life.
But they're hoping Diego Chara, their new signing, can ignite this team, get them on the ball, possess the ball, create. So a lot on his shoulders to get the tempo going.
You mentioned Chara being the new man, signed just 10 days ago, the first designated player in Portland Timbers history.
So the most impressive aspect of Diego Chara's game is his all-around game. There's nothing he doesn't do at an elite level.
Cleanly dispossessed by Chara.
Whether it's passing.
Now Valeri to Chara, all alone. Diego Chara to Fernandez!
How he tackles.
Chara came back and won it back.
Quick, he's clever.
Chara defending, breaks it up and wins it.
The way he used the body.
Ladero. Chara picks his pocket.
He's not a big guy, but he's a strong guy.
Chara showing his strength and pace to recover.
Chara, when he scores, it's generally a statement. You know, it's kind of like, no one else is going to do it, I'm going to get it done.
Diego Chara's shot is a goal! Chara takes it himself. Sensational goal!
Whether it's his defensive mobility.
Blocked by Chara.
We say it's like Benjamin Button in the last couple of years. It's going back the other way where he's getting younger and his performances are getting better. It's a sign of his commitment to his family, to the club, to the community, and also how professional he is.
We are going to Westside Academy, which is the academy where my daughters, and they have a gymnastic class.
He's a great father. He thinks all the time in his family. We are similar in that aspect, and I really like it.
He's the same person. When he's around his kids, it's just like no nonsense, smiling, but very serious.
And the next week you have swimming pool classes. You have to be early,
So Diego Chara has 4 kids, and it does not surprise me at all that he's got twins, and I think it's amazing for humanity and for the soccer world because he needs to populate as much as he can because we need more Diego Charas in this world.
Everyone knows Diego Chara on the field as the guy that's getting into crazy tackles, but they also know Diego Chara and his smile, and I think that translates into him and his family and how important his wife, his family, his kids are to him.
So Chara's weakness, his kryptonite in some ways, but maybe it's his fuel source as well, is chocolate chip cookies.
I love a lot cookies. I heard a nickname, the Cookie Monster.
Oh, I tend to not look at that. I know that it's one of his passions as well. He enjoys having those cookies.
He loves cookies every time we are at the hotel. The night before the game, the night of the game, he enjoys cookies.
Usually leave with a napkin with about 5 or 6 chocolate chip cookies.
The guy will take probably a plate full of cookies.
There's a dessert tray, and you need to beat Diego Chara to the chocolate chip cookies. I will quite often get the whole thing and just put it in front of Chara. It's enough to feed a few families.
I try to enjoy every cookie and every places around the country.
Chara comes onto the field, and this is a player who's an absolute destroyer in midfield. An all-star for the first time this season in his 9th MLS season.
My wife told me, she said, oh, congrats to be in the All-Star Game. And I didn't know that. For me, it was a really special moment because that came from her.
Finally, he's making an All-Star Game after so many years. I think he's a top player, top example. And he's one of the players, I think, that has made MLS be a better league.
We obviously we congratulate him, of course. It's an honor from the league. It's good. It's good that the people around the club recognize him, all the effort, all the sacrifice, all the quality he has.
With Chara being the longest tenured player in Portland Timbers history to date, I truly believe we are very, very lucky.
Portland down on the attack, trying to defend. Chara is there. Chara scores!
I've heard that he doesn't have a lot of memorabilia around his house. It just comes back down to humility.
Is that story now? So right here. That one was for the MLS Cup 2015.
That is it! It's a first for the Timbers!
It's 200 games against Seattle. That was 2 years ago. The bell was the first that I get the fans give me the best player of the year. This one was the year after the champions, and that was we have the gold star. The last one is Portland and Seattle Thunder rival. For me, it's a big game. I always try to do my best. I am hardworking, and I think that the people see that. Portland Timbers for me is now part of my heart. To be the only one who started in 2011, for me this is special.